Hi, thanks for tuning in. In this episode, we're going to be checking out the newly opened trail system at Montebello, Quebec. So the original trail system here was opened back in the early 2000s. They held a few cross-country races here, so some of you might remember riding here at the time. They closed it down for a while, but fortunately decided to reopen it recently for mountain biking specifically. So the topography here is pretty varied, with the easier stuff being on the riverside and the more intermediate advanced stuff being north of the 148. So there's a good variety for all skill levels. The trail system is in its infancy right now. Some of the trails are former ATV and snowmobile trails, so there'll be a little bit of work that needs to be put into it to make it more mountain biking specific, but overall tons of potential. So the town of Montebello is most famously known for the Chateau Montebello right here, which is now owned by Fairmont. It's a really beautiful wood structure, one of the biggest in the world, and it used to be a resort and vacation spot for rich American industrialites back in the 1900s, so there's a lot of history here. Obviously these days they use it as a hotel, and it's really nice. There's a lot of amenities, and it's a really beautiful spot. Obviously you're along the river here. There's a marina where you can park your boat, beautiful swimming pool, and obviously beautiful walking and biking paths just nearby. So it makes for a nice spot to open up a mountain biking venue here. So not only is there the chateau, but there's also a golf course just north of the 148. And if you go a little more north here, you have Parc Omega, which is a wildlife zoo. So if you have children, it's a cool place to take them. So also it's worth mentioning that on the strip here, there's a couple good restaurants as well. One of my favorites is Le Bistro, where they have probably the best stove-cooked pizza in the world. You have to try it. If you come here, definitely stop by. And of course, Montebello is also famous for Roche Fest, which is a huge alternative rock festival where bands from California and all over the world come to rock out. All right, so talking about that, let's get on the road and rock and roll. Okay, so I'm gonna start by exploring the west side trail system on the riverside, and I think it should start somewhere here. Yeah, here we go. So I first wanted to start with the trails on the riverside, and I started with the trails on the west side of the resort here. So the first trail I did here was called Amédée. Right, so the map's not up on Trail Forks yet, so it's just going to be kind of a day of exploration here. Trying to figure this place out. Majestueuse. Funny thing is, the trails on Trail Forks popped up like the day after I rode here. Holy crap, this is really nice. Wow. Yeah, that's sweet. Trails are nice and clean. Beauty. Mountain off to the left. Okay, so. And because it was a day of exploration, I wanted to check every trail out, just get a good feel for the layout. So this is just the main gravel trail that tours the whole resort, called Tour de Chateau. So I'm not going to show a lot of this, it's just a gravel trail, you get the idea. Okay. Okay, next I looped back around to check out Panoramique. So they have it marked in the downhill direction, but I find it makes for a nice climbing trail to get to the top of the ridge line. So I would take it that way. Okay, so we just looped around. Now we're gonna go check out Panoramique. And And I'm assuming this just kind of climbs this little kind of relief here section. Alright, so what you're going to see next is this little panoramic loop here. So it's a little downhill on the riverside, and then you just have to climb back up after. Yeah, so this is just like a little ridge line, looks like along the water, and a little bit of a downhill section back down to the shoreline if you want. This is cool. I'm going to go up and take this a little better. There's a nice gradual slope right here. You know what I'm thinking? Dirt jumps. Montebello, you know what to do. So for the next rip, I wanted to do a combo of Mr.Pelland, and it's kind of weird. It leads into Majestueuse. But anyway, it looks a little something like this. So let's go see what that looks like. Mr.Pelland. And you're back out. Okay, and then to finish up, I rode back up Panoramique, and I wanted to hit Mr.Pelland by going in the downhill direction, so like this. So let's go check that out. Oh yeah, right on, man. It's out. Always check, and his brakes right into here. Nice. Okay, so then you can just take Tour de Chateau, where that'll bring you around the back side of the chateau, and then it'll bring you to the next trail, which we're going to check out, which was La Plage. And that's where the dirt jump park's gonna go. Great. Let's try this old grass hill out. All right, so next we're gonna do Plage, and I did it in the reverse direction. Get a little beach. That's cool. All right, so from the beach, you can take any of these trails here to get back to the road and eventually back to the parking lot. So what I did is I made my way back to the road and I hit Bois Rond, okay, and then I connected into Tête Papineau. And I did the whole thing all the way around to Cimetière and then back out onto the road. Just to note, I did it in reverse direction. So these are pretty easy trails. You can do them in either direction. They go good both ways. Okay, so we're gonna do Bois Rond into Tête Papineau.
nice riverbed here. Good luck upkeeping that when the river washes it out.
So in the next clip, I just wanted to try out this small loop. So Bourassa into Louis Joseph and then into Manoir. So it should look a little something like this.
So I'm just looping around to try Bourassa. Let's see what it's like. And this hits Papineau. Yeah, they're just green trails, little warm-up trails. Good for kids and stuff. So this will just go around and meet up Papineau. Oh, nice. All right, so that's that. Just loops around. Now we're on Tête Papineau again. So I'm gonna head back, grab some lunch, and then after that I'm gonna go and hit up the trails on the other side of the 148 and see what that's about. It's a lot of more advanced stuff there, so should be cool. So hang tight.
So I just finished my trail ride on the Chateau side, and the trails are pretty good. They're pretty simple, straightforward, and they're good for like families and stuff. The thing is, there's so much potential here to even build more trails on this side. And the nice thing is too, it's you got a place if you want to eat for lunch. So I'm just grabbing some lunch right now, and apparently the trails on the other side of 148 are really good. So I'm gonna go check those out after. So the north side trail system is definitely much larger than on the riverside, and it's where you'll find the more challenging terrain and more advanced trails. So to get into it, you need to cross under the 148, and then you hit a small connector here, and you just do a little bit of road riding, and that'll bring you to the start of the trail system. So we're going to be taking Montée Rochon to get up, and it starts right here, but I actually didn't go in that way. I went to the end of the road, so the next clip will look a little something like this. And Montée Rochon is a nice kind of shallow climbing trail, but it's really fun to come down as well. So it's good in both directions. So let's go have a look what that looks like.
Okay, now we're gonna cross the 148 here and check out the good trails.
Quick word of caution here, that little path is shared with the golf course, so there's golf carts coming by around that blind corner. I almost got hit by one when I was on my way back, so just watch out for that.
Sing over here.
Yeah, so just off to the side there was Patriot, but unfortunately it wasn't open yet, and that should be like a little flow line eventually.
All right, so after a bit of deliberation, we're gonna go up Montée Rochon. Seems like the consensus is this is the way up. It's like a two-way street too. Although got some, holy, the little one up ahead. She's just tiny. She's giving her. Hey, félicitations, félicitations. Nice little ravine off to the left. Beep beep. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, donc we're gonna go here. So this is complete exploring. Nothing on trail forks yet, and kind of following the people and the flow.
We're at the end of Montée Rochon, so we're around here, and then from there we're just taking the Connecteur 1, so from about here all the way up to Championnat 91, and then from there we're going to take Championnat 91 all the way up to right around there. Now Trail Forks doesn't show it, but there's another trail that stems off from there called Raid 2001, and it's right here. But the next clip will be something like this. So let's go see what that looks like.
Patriot, not done yet. Just gonna, yeah, it's just kind of like ATV style trails. Huh. So it's kind of weird. I don't really kind of have stuff like this already near my house. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I just checked the map, and I'm just going to continue going up this way. Seems like most people are, the traffic seems to be going this way, so a bit of chunkiness here. I hate mud, hate it. Sorry, I know, not a real mountain biker, but what kind of mountain biker doesn't like mud? Just find it like such a hassle. Okay. So, looks like we're getting somewhere here. Oh, this is a ski-doo trail in the winter. Nice. Champion. If there are.
So that trail just off to the left was Championnat 88, but we're going to continue on to this one up here, Championnat 91.
Nice little stream. This way here. Signs there, so should be the right place. All right, now Champion. If there are, I don't know. Check the map. Okay, so we're just gonna continue here. Champion 91. And should bring us to Raid 2000. Oh, remember? I hate mud. I hate mud. Sorry. I can just see everybody right now. Oh, you pussy. You total wuss. Oh well. You know what? My bike's clean. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. A sexy little climb here.
So as it is, these climbs aren't set up for mountain biking. These are kind of like more ATV style trails. So in a bit, I'm just going to discuss what I think should be done in this area to make it more accessible for mountain biking.
Right. So after that climb, another massive climb, which makes me think this might be the other way around. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up at the top here. Right, so mental note, Championnat 91 has a massive climb going this direction. So just kind of tuckered out and walking it, the rest of it. But yeah, I don't know how the other side of it looks, but this might be maybe best taken in the reverse direction to this. So we'll find out. That's what exploring without trail forks is all about. Pain and suffering.
All right, so let's just take a few seconds here to talk about what's going on here and what we're dealing with. So if we see here, Championnat 91, this is a trail that kind of brings you up, we notice on our topos, to the top of a mountain ridge here. So it's about a 100-foot climb from the base here to the top. And as we can see right here, it's really steep. Okay, so that's no good for mountain biking. If you have a motor, e-bike, dirt bike, something like that, whatever, it's good, but not for mountain bikes. So if we jump into our other map, so my suggestion would be, if possible, have kind of a wide gravel path, just switch backing up that climb to get to the top of the peak here. And then once you're at the top, you'll be able to run most of your trails kind of down here like that. You know, since you're at the top, run maybe one kind of around the side like that, all the way down to the field. You can run that way. But point is, you need an easier way to get up to the top. So either a gravel path, switch backing up, or a single track switch back all the way up. So it's just something to think about. This mountain top is a good area to build trails off of.
So I'm looking to the right for Raid 2001. I want to take that. That'll bring us around to the full loop. Probably right here. Yeah, here we go. Just like I called it. I'm good. All right.
Okay, so the next set of trails we're going to take are the Raid 2001. There's a downhill down here along the hydro lines. Now we're going to take Norbel 95, climb the back up, comes around, and then we're going to take Norbel 97 out on Connector 1, across the road to get to Chateau Sauvage. So it's going to look a little something like this. So let's go check that out.
Downhill maybe. This should come out at the hydro lines. Yeah, makes sense. So that climb was quite a bit of vert. So it makes me, that's a bad line. Makes me think that you could probably make a nice little single track downhill off the side of that, you know? So you're gonna hear me say this a lot doing these videos, but the potential here is phenomenal, you know? Oh, damn, that's nice. Nice view, sick. That is sweet. Right on, man. A little bit of exposed bedrock here. Oh yeah, that is it. Nice job. Nice job. Sick. Oh yeah, right on, man. Beauty. All right. All right, we'll open these up. Got a little downhill up ahead. This is going down on Raid 201. Don't know where this goes. Off camber. Sick. Oh, yeah. See how climbable this is. So the climb's not too bad so far. just some baby headstones and stuff, make it a little bit slippy to try to get up, but making our way up there. And it's kind of tapering off now, which is cool. Yeah, not too bad. So definitely that direction, going down grade 201 and coming up Norbel is the way to go. Total ATV style stuff. Saying don't go in, so I don't know what's up. Okay, so far I'm gonna find a single track here. Okay, so that's where Champion 911 comes out, so totally get that. Let's continue down.
So just off to the left was where Championnat 91 comes and meets Norbel 95 right there. We're continuing down, if you remember, down 97 and then into Connector 1.
Okay, so because I want to hit Grizzly, I'm gonna take Norbel 97. That'll bring me to the road to cross. And always gear up before you get to the freaking trail junction.
So once you cross the street, that'll bring you to Chateau Sauvage. And Chateau Sauvage is a pretty good trail. It still needs a little bit of work, but overall I'd say it's pretty good. Definitely take it from the top here, as it's kind of downhill biased. Trail Forks doesn't have it fully marked yet, so that's why I'm using this map. But anyway, that should look a little something like this. There's a few little trails in here just off the side of Chateau Sauvage with some rock features, some rock rollers and drops and stuff. So technically you're supposed to loop around on Chateau Sauvage and then climb up Yeti to access these little extreme trails here. But apparently Yeti was really tough to get up. But what I did is just pick my bike up and hiked right up the front of them. It's a little bit tough, but they're super short anyway. So it's just kind of quicker that way. Anyway, we'll go have a look.
Great, Chateau Sauvage. Dark in here. Oh, see now I'm going. Nice little trail. Oh, that is weird. Super weird off-camber thing. So how does this go? How does this work? Right, so just do a super quick walk through a Grizzly here, just to give an idea of what it's about. It's a little double diamond loop that you can come and do. So you have a rock drop here, something like that. I don't know if that's focusing. Then you got a roller right here, like that. I'm alone today. I'm not going to be doing any of this stuff, but I just wanted to give an idea what that's about. And there was a couple guys up here. They were saying that the lead into this is really sketch, so they didn't do it. There's another line right here, just on the side here. It's just kind of a little bit of a sketch, some roots and stuff. And that goes up a little bit like that. Little rock pile here. And it goes up in there. There's one right off to the side I might try. So check that out. Félicitations. There it is from a different angle. Could do for some work. See how this goes. Coming slow, nice and slow, easy cheesy. Yeah. So I'm just gonna continue down Sauvage. There's a road there. Oh, maybe it's this one. Yeah, so Yeti, that's it right there. So Yeti goes up to those two. So it's directional that way. Just kind of weird. Going this way. Sauvage, experts only. So here you have a fork in the road. You can take this line here like that, or you can continue down that way. The expert line is not really that bad. It's just a little kind of rock garden roller kind of thing. I'd buy it out first if you want, but it's not really that bad. So I went ahead and did it. I guess I'm an expert now. All right, so we got a line here. It says experts only. I think I'm an expert. We'll find out, I guess. Yep, I'm an expert. Whoa, with a jump. Didn't see that. Yeah. I'm gonna go back up and do the other way. Okay, so I just walked back up Chateau Sauvage and at least this part before the expert line, I'm just taking the alternative line down just to show what it's like. Which is pretty rough still too. For run that kids are gonna be coming down. That was fun. So both lines are fun. slope here, which is nice. Fest. So Chateau Sauvage will lead into Roche Fest. So I took the left line, but unfortunately my legs were starting to cramp up. So I really wish I could have attacked this one because it deserves like a better preview than what I'm showing here. But it's the best I could do. But definitely want to come back and do this one when I have fresh legs and just like attack it a little bit more. It has a few little rock sections that you gotta kind of climb up and ride down. And it's a cool trail. It's just too short, unfortunately. But let's go have a look. Alright, I'm gonna be a little slow because my legs are locking up. My thighs. Just had a banana, so hopefully that helps. I've been sitting on my seat a lot. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. These little slabs. Yeah. This. Roche Fest. Fest de Roche. Oh, I don't want to climb again. Come on, guys. That's cool. Yeah, gotta watch out. The legs are gonna lock up. Whoops. Where's this going? I don't know where this is going. Oh, it's going up here. Nice. Oh, dude. Careful there, that slips. Oh, slippy. So Roche Fest will spill you back out onto the Connecteur 1. So with my failing legs, I wanted to try to head up and see some of these trails here. So what I did is I went up Connecteur 1, which we already did earlier, but I hung a left on Cimetière. And then up here you can climb Championnat 88, and then that brings you to Grotte and a couple of these rock and ridge. And I was able to try to at least get a few of these in, but I didn't quite make it. I just did the loop at the Grotte right here. So let's go have a look at that. Okay, so this is Champion 88. As you can see, big ass climb. My legs are toast; they're locking up. So I want to try to get to the top of this to check out a few of the black diamonds that come down this. We'll see if I can make it up. So I'll just restart up top. That's what I need. Check it out, I have a few videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ninja?
Yeah, bike ninja. Yeah, I did the whole circuit, so my legs are dead. I can barely climb. I'm cramping up.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Look at that. There's no way I'm going through there. So this was like pre-wide bar era, back in cross country days.
Yeah.
Tiens, on va checker. Do I fit? Maybe. I want to see if I can get through this. I gotta try. Probably rip the grip off. Okay. Let's see if I can just lean on the wall. Oh, they're dabbing. Okay. Dabbing a bit. Yeah, I can get through. There you go. I had to lean on the wall a bit though. I don't know how to get down this. This is a little bit crazy. Okay. Oh, dude. Oh, as if I did that. As if. So that section there is this really wonky rock step thing, and I did one of those like 1 in a million out of nowhere where I just balanced. It was like perfect balance for like literally was like 5 seconds long. That's why I'm so like freaking out about it. But anyway, so that got me down it. Yeah, it's pretty technical. All right, that's it. Ready to go, because that was really cool. That was kind of cool. Just going back down 88. And then Cimetière. We'll get out and then I'm gonna jet because my legs are still not getting any better. That banana helped though. You ever have cramping legs, eat a banana. Nice.
Furthermore, if you go to Mars and drill, because there's liquid water underground on Mars, reach the groundwater, there could be...
So quick note, I think my suggestion would be to come in here like this, and instead of going up the 88, come around on Cimetière, come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, and then hit Rock and Ridge that way like that, and then come down. Or you can continue up Monolith, and then hit these guys here, Rock and Ridge, and then Ilse Noir. So that's something that when I go back, I'll be doing next time versus hiking up the 88. So it's just a little recommendation if anybody wants to try those out. I'm gonna do, yeah, it is Montée Rochon. I'm gonna do Montée Rochon because I think these guys, they're just, there's a couple trails that go that way, but I think they're just like, it's just wide ATV boring stuff. No, so exactly. I'm gonna rip down here. Okay. So, dual direction here. It's gonna make sure nobody's coming up. Rip this shit up here. To come down. Heads up. Heads up. Oh, watch out. Sharp. This goes down, right? Okay. Yep.
Mr.Tremblay. Ouais, c'est ça. Let me check my map here. See where this goes. That's a quote of the day. I'm gonna check my map.
Okay, so I'm on Mr.Tremblay right there, and if you notice there's a little bit of a mountain right here. So Mr.Tremblay runs along the base of that little mountain peak. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to hike up Azelie, so like that, and then I'm going to get off on Ezilda, but I'm just going to go up right to the top, right around there, and I'm just going to come back down, and then hit Azelie, come back down, and then into Mr.Tremblay to finish off. And that's it. That'll pretty much wrap my day up, so let's go check it out.
All right, so last run of the day. Just had a nice long bike chat with some bike buddies, Marc-André puis Thomas, both guys from Gatineau, so shout out to you guys. And this will be the last run of the day down at Ezilda. Just checking it out. That's what this looks like. Pretty easy run, and then Azelie. Yeah, these are just easy. Easy stuff. And then continuing out, I forget what this one's called. Oh, I'm gonna go out in that guy's backyard. I wonder if I can get out there. I wonder if that guy would appreciate like 500 bikers going through his yard. Probably not. Okay. Montée Rochon. Yeah, I guess we gotta go out here. Alright. Some picnic tables. Got a holy jeez. Nice little hut to flat right there.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride today. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you stay up to date with current content. I do this stuff to not only have a log of all the awesome trails in the region, but hopefully at the same time it's helping everyone out to figure out their rides and make things a little more streamlined as well. So until the next ride, hopefully see you in the trails. Don't be shy, say hi, and looking forward to it. Bye for now. Montebello, your source for high quality mountain bike and motocross content exclusively in Ontario and Quebec. Check it out today.